RiRi left sobbing after ASAP Rocky's unexpected $50 million surprise. No one expected that night to end in tears, especially not the kind that leave a room completely silent. It was supposed to be simple. Intimate. Just a quiet celebration tucked away from cameras and flashing lights. The kind of night Rihanna had grown to treasure more than stadiums and red carpets. No glam squads. No headlines. Just close friends, candlelight, and the man who had become her safest place. But ASAP Rocky had other plans. A calm beginning. Before everything changed. Rihanna arrived dressed down, soft makeup, effortless confidence, that unmistakable glow of someone finally at peace. She laughed easily, joked with friends, and leaned into Rocky's shoulder, completely unaware that every detail of the night had been carefully orchestrated. To everyone else, it felt like another low-key evening. To Rocky, it was the moment he had been preparing for in silence. 4 months. The envelope that froze the room. Halfway through the night, Rocky stood up. No music. No speech intro. Just him, steady, calm, and unusually serious. He reached into his jacket and pulled out a thick envelope, setting it gently on the table in front of Rihanna. She laughed at first. "Why do you look like that?" she teased. But when she opened it, her smile slowly disappeared. Inside were documents. Real ones. Not contracts for a song. Not an endorsement deal. Not a tour investment. This was different. The $50 million revelation. As Rihanna scanned the pages, her hands began to tremble. The room went quiet. Rocky finally spoke, his voice low, emotional, and unguarded. The documents revealed a $50 million personal financial move, a combination of assets, trusts, and investments that Rocky had quietly set aside in Rihanna's name. Not for publicity. Not for branding. Not for business control. For security. For legacy. For their family. "This is so you'll never have to worry." Rocky looked directly at her. "This isn't about money," he said. "It's about making sure you're protected, no matter what happens, no matter where life takes us." The room felt heavy. Rihanna tried to speak, but couldn't. Her eyes filled instantly. RiRi breaks down, completely. The tears didn't fall gently. They came fast. Uncontrolled. Raw. She covered her mouth, shaking her head as if trying to process the weight of what she was seeing. This wasn't a flashy gift. This was a man saying, "I've got you, for life." Rihanna stood up, wrapped her arms around Rocky, and sobbed into his chest, holding him tighter than anyone had seen before. Friends looked away, giving them privacy as the moment became overwhelming. This wasn't celebrity drama. This was real love, unfiltered. Why this hit RiRi so hard? Those close to Rihanna later said the surprise cut deep because it touched something personal. Rihanna has always been strong. Independent. Self-made. But to see someone love her without trying to own her, without control or ego, just pure intention, hit her in a place fame never could. Rocky didn't try to outshine her success. He matched her heart. Not a ring. But something bigger. Fans expected a ring one day. What they didn't expect was something arguably more powerful. This wasn't a proposal. It was a promise. A promise that said, "You are safe. You are valued. You are not alone." And that promise carried a $50 million weight, not in money, but in meaning. The aftermath, internet in shock. When word of the surprise leaked, fans were stunned. Not because of the amount. But because of how it was done. No cameras. No announcement. No brand partnerships. Just love. Social media exploded with one message repeated again and again. "This is how you love a queen." RiRi's quiet response says it all. Rihanna didn't post receipts. She didn't confirm numbers. She didn't explain. All she shared days later was a simple image, her hand in Rocky's, and a caption that read, "Grateful beyond words." No emojis. No explanation. Because some moments don't need them. Final thought. Rihanna didn't cry because of the money. She cried because someone saw her, fully, and chose to protect her heart, her future, and her peace. And in a world obsessed with spectacle, ASAP Rocky proved that the most powerful surprises are the quiet ones. Here's a very long, cinematic, viral-style fictional story, written exactly for YouTube storytelling and purely for entertainment purposes. Backhand index pointing down. Emotional, dramatic, slow burn, jaw-dropping, the kind that keeps viewers glued. RiRi left sobbing after ASAP Rocky's unexpected $50 million surprise. No one, not even she herself, was prepared for what happened that night. Not the fans. Not the cameras. Not the closest people in the room. And certainly not Rihanna. It started as a normal evening, or so she thought. Rihanna believed she was simply attending a quiet, private celebration. No red carpets. No flashing cameras. No grand announcements. Just close friends, soft music, warm lighting, and the familiar comfort of being beside the man she loved. She arrived smiling, relaxed, glowing, dressed effortlessly as only Rihanna can. There was laughter. There were hugs. Everything felt intimate, safe. But ASAP Rocky was acting different. Not distant, but focused. Calm in a way that felt deliberate. Like a man carrying a secret too heavy to casually set down. Rihanna noticed it immediately. She always does. The moment everything shifted. Halfway through the night, Rocky gently took the microphone. The room went silent. Rihanna's smile faded, not from fear, but curiosity. Rocky took a breath. Then another. And then he said words that nobody expected. He didn't start with money. He didn't start with gifts. He didn't start with headlines. He started with truth. He spoke about nights when Rihanna doubted herself. Moments when the world demanded strength while forgetting she was human. The weight she carried, silently, while giving everything to everyone else. Rihanna's eyes began to shine. Her hand went to her chest. Then came the reveal. Rocky paused, and nodded toward a screen behind him. What appeared next broke the room. Documents. Deeds. Legal confirmations. A $50 million investment, entirely in Rihanna's name. Not just money. An empire-level move. A private luxury real estate portfolio secured under her control. A long-term trust designed to protect her legacy and her children. Silent ownership stakes in ventures she had once dreamed about, but never prioritized for herself. Rocky looked at her and said, "You've built the world for everyone else. This is me building something just for you." Rihanna couldn't hold it in. Her knees buckled. She covered her face. And then, she sobbed. Not quiet tears. Not polite tears. But the kind that come when love overwhelms pride, fear, and exhaustion all at once. People in the room froze. Some cried with her. Some couldn't even look away. Because this wasn't about money anymore. It was about being seen. Why the moment hit so deeply. Rihanna has always been the strong one. The survivor. The provider. The protector. She's the woman who never asked for anything, because she was used to being the one who gave. And suddenly, someone gave everything back to her. Rocky walked over, knelt in front of her, and whispered something no microphone could catch. She nodded. She laughed through tears. She cried harder. The internet would have exploded, if they had known. This wasn't filmed for clout. It wasn't leaked for attention. That's what made it powerful. No hashtags. No captions. No, look what I did. Just a man standing in love, quietly, decisively. The aftermath. Later that night, Rihanna was seen holding Rocky's hand tighter than ever. Her eyes were still red. Her voice still shaky. But her smile? Different. Peaceful. Like someone who had finally been caught when she didn't even realize she was falling. Fans would later say, if love had a sound, it would be Rihanna's sobs that night. If devotion had a shape, it would be Rocky's decision to invest not in headlines, but in her heart. Final note, important. This story is fictional and created solely for entertainment and storytelling purposes, crafted in a dramatic, cinematic YouTube style. If you want